we have a parabola with a y squared again, so this parabola is going to go right or left when the y is squared. This parabola is not in vertex form, which means we cannot look at it and pick out the vertex. We're going to have to use the formula negative b over 2a. Now remember, when the x is squared and you do negative b over 2a, you get the x value for the vertex. This time, because the y is squared, when we do our negative b over 2a, we're going to get the y value of the vertex. So let's do that. A is equal to 2, b is equal to 6. All right, so when we get the y value, we're going to do negative b over 2 times a. So that's negative 6 over 4, and that is a negative 3 halves. We have the y value of our vertex. Now to get the x value of our vertex, we take that negative 3 halves and plug it into the original equation. So it would be x equals 2 times negative 3 halves squared plus 6 times negative 3 halves plus 5. So when we multiply that out, that's going to be 2 times 9/4, when you square that, plus a negative 9 plus 5. So that's going to give me 9 halves, which is 4.5, minus 4, which is a positive 1/2. Now I have the x value of my vertex. So let's put that in a chart, an xy chart. We're going to put it in the middle again. So we're going to have a positive 1/2 for our x and a negative 3 halves for our y. We can go ahead and put that on our chart. So x is a positive 1/2 and y is a negative 3 halves, which is 1.5. My vertex would be about there. Don't forget, we have an axis of symmetry. The axis of symmetry is going to be at y equals the negative 3 halves. Because remember, when your y is squared, it's at the y value of your vertex. Now normally when it's a fraction, I don't use symmetry because it's a little bit tougher. In this case, I am going to use symmetry because it's a 1/2. If you're down at negative 1/2 and you go up a half, you're at negative 1, and then you can try 0. If you go down a half, you are at negative 2, and then you can try negative 3. So I can use symmetry to get my points if I go up and down a half, and then I go up 1 from there and down 1 from there. So let's start with the 0. Plug your 0 into the original equation to get your x value. It's going to be 2 times 0 squared plus 6 times 0 plus 5, which is just 5. So go over here and put a 5 here because of symmetry. We know at negative 3 it's also going to be 5. Now let's try negative 1. 2 times negative 1 squared plus 6 times negative 1 plus 5. That's going to be 2 times 1, which is 2. 6 times negative 1 is negative 6 plus 5, and that's going to equal 7 minus 6, which is 1. So this will be 1, and negative 2 will also be 1. You can check it if you need to. Let's erase this and put our points on the graph and draw our parabola. We have a 2 in front of the y squared, a positive 2, so it should go right, and it should be kind of skinny. So let's see. When x is 1, y is negative 1, and when x is 1, y is negative 2. When x is 5, y is 0, and when x is 5, y is negative 3. So this one does go right. And I did make it kind of skinny. So these work the same way as the ones with the x squared. The difference is when you use the formula negative b over 2a, you are finding the y value of your vertex first. Then plug it in to find your x. And when you go to set up your chart, remember the y is squared, so you concentrate on the y value of your vertex. You go up 2 from there and down 2 from there to plug in your points.